In the event that, I'll tell you what. There's a place where you can find out the next lottery jackpot numbers. We can find out where the aliens are. It's possible to know the truth about the origin of mankind. You're not gonna believe this. But this place might actually exist. There's a mysterious place in the universe. This is where the book of the universe's life is stored. The book contains the history of the universe. A blueprint for life that includes the past, present, future and the entire universe. It is also a record of the various experiences that all living beings go through at different times of their lives. Today we're talking about the Akashic Record. In the first place, people don't believe in connecting to Akashic, or add some Akashic-related folk, organization, or religion. Basically, it's all a lie. Because throughout the history of mankind, there are very few people who can connect to Akashic. It's a very rare thing. Well, that proves the Akashic Record. You didn't choose him, he chose you. The Akashic Record, also named as Akasha Record. It's a translation from Sanskrit. The symbolism is the origin of the universe. The term was first recorded in the Indian epic Mahabharata. It's in Buddhism. Known as Mahabharata, that's what you call a Laya consciousness. Also called consciousness store. In China it is known as the Tao. Here's an explanation. India and Buddhism are not the same religion. Hinduism is the oldest religion in India. They believe in a polytheistic system. But the three main bodies are the mortals, Vishnu and Shiva. Then the Buddha rose to power. Hinduism then absorbed Siddhartha as one of the incarnations of one of the three main gods, because both religions believe in reincarnation. So, yeah. It's always the same gods going round and round, and Buddhism has absorbed some of the Hindu culture. This leads to the illusion that many viewers always think that they are one religion, and Buddhism is interesting. He absorbed the different cultures of each region to enrich his own. For example, the Tibetan religion that we talked about before, and our Chinese Taoism. When Iozi left Hanguk Pass in the west, nodded a Hoosier. This Hoosier could be Sakyamuni. And the Mahabharata is the same as in the scriptures. Akashic is an immaterial entity that exists in the universe. It's like a database. You can read it as a cosmic library. Terminal of the universe of big data. Here you can find all the history, future of the universe. It holds everyone's journey. Records of every person's past life, present life, and future life. It's the book of life for the whole universe. All your thoughts, words, behaviors, and growth records are here. And the explanation in the Akashic scriptures is very interesting. Because it's in the universe. All that knowledge. It's all been stored here for a long time. Actually, mankind didn't invent anything. All the technology known to man. It's all just a discovery. Like gravity. Newton just found it. Didn't create it. So whether Newton discovered gravity or not, gravity has been stored in the Akashic Records. Newton just represents an individual suddenly connected to the Akashic, and gained the knowledge he wanted in the Akashic Hall of Records. So this world of supernatural knowledge really exists. In fact, looking at all the geniuses or those demons, and you'll realize they have one thing in common. It's just meditation or sitting. A little more luck. You can gain knowledge while you sleep. Like Ramanujan, who we've talked about before. Philosophers of China. For example, Laozi, Mencius and Zhuangzi all meditated and thought about things. Socrates, Newton, Tesla, Einstein in the West all meditated. Then there are those who think, the source of the amazingly inspired knowledge of the famous genius of all time is this Akashic record, because Akashic chose them. That is the reason why. They're the only ones who can regulate themselves. Open the data terminals of the entire universe. Extract the answers they want. In 1935, Einstein published a paper on quantum entanglement. The text suggests that if a particle splits into two parts, it doesn't matter how far apart they are. They all affect each other. Two particles in different time and space. Demonstrates a connectivity. If you change the rotation of a child, the rotation of another particle, it's going to change. In other words, a particle has changed. Another particle will undergo the same, equal or opposite change. But how does the instant connectivity exhibited by the two particles transmit the signals? This instantaneous sensing exceeds man's current perception of the limits of speed. Also known as ghostly long-distance communication. But our bodies are actually made of particles. If Akashic really exists, we can then connect to Akashic in a way similar to quantum entanglement transfer because the substances that make up our bodies are no different from the nature of the universe. We're made of particles. So there must be some way we can get an instant connection with Akashic. For example, by meditating to regulate themselves. By keeping your body at a specific vibration and frequency, you can enter the Akashic space. Of course, all of the above theories are speculation. There's no real evidence. But there are always unexplained phenomena that keep happening in this world. There are two types of fukuzo. It's called a book collection, also known as jizo. Many great monks put some scriptures in their dharma weapons or relics, or hide them in the mountains and rivers waiting for someone to open the dissemination. And a more advanced method than hiding things is called knowing how to hide. According to legend, there was once a great power who learned that Buddhism was about to experience a great disaster. All the scriptures and mantras can't be passed on. That's why he chose to be hidden by the gods. To leave scripture and knowledge in the depths of someone's consciousness. When the time is right, the person to whom the scripture is hidden can then send it out or record it as a text. This phenomenon is one of the 10 great mysteries of Tibet, the mystery of the blessed burial. This phenomenon is still occurring in recent times. There are farmers and herders who've been herding sheep all their lives. Or illiterate children. After an illness or waking up to rap millions of words of a long epic poem. This knowledge is believed to be hidden in the deep subconscious mind. There are those who believe that the mighty ones who get it are the ones who enter the hall of records of the arcades. Left the knowledge there. The treasure they left behind will be reclaimed by chance for future generations. Just like Newton, who was hit by an apple by chance. The apple was Newton's key to the Akashic record. In fact, the brain is an endless treasure. Dr. Obo once said that the human brain is like a sleeping giant. A normal person has a brain memory capacity of about 600 million books of total knowledge. That's 1.2 million times the storage capacity of a supercomputer. If mankind could realize a fraction of its potential, you can easily learn 40 languages. And people can reach their full potential under hypnosis. They can do things that are almost impossible to do when they're sober. Like an extraordinary memory. A normal, sober person. The brain can't be used for a lifetime to reach 1% of the brain's memory function under hypnosis. In other words, it's possible that our subconscious mind is connected to a storage space that we're not aware of. This space is Akashic. It's what we call the collective subconscious. Theoretically, all of us can access the collective subconscious to read Akashic records. But no one knows how to open this mysterious space. This is what we talked about at the beginning of the. You didn't choose Akashic, Akashic chose you. There's actually evidence for this claim. Let's look back at history. You'll find that genius mostly comes in spurts. For example, during the Eastern Zhou dynasty, in China, the founder of Taoism, Lao Tzu, appeared. Confucius, the founder of Confucianism, Sun Wu, the originator of the military school. In India, there was Sakyamuni, the founder of Buddhism. Arabia saw the emergence of the Prophet Muhammad. In the West, there was Socrates, the originator of philosophy. By Einstein's time. This one picture says it all. It's as if this Akashic record would select many people at the same time at a given time. And many inventors have encountered a strange phenomenon. They don't know each other from miles apart. But they invented the same thing. I'll end the video with a reminder. Don't trust any training courses or connections. This connection and that one are all lies. And it's rumored that the mysterious creator doesn't want humans in the Akashic Records. Because that's where everything about them is written. Finally, leaving the audience with one of the greatest mysteries in the history of mankind. If Akashic really exists, can we prove that our world is virtual? We're just programs living in a computer. And Akashic is the creator of the hard disk for this console. And being programmed to modify our past, our present, and our future. Because in the real world, it's weird to have something that looks like an Akashic database. Why we're being recorded? Why do you need something like a hard disk? To record everything we do. Or the whole universe for that matter. We're not coding what it means to be recorded.